Hey, so you already know that this video is for whoever it is for. Listen, it's somebody out there where the reason why you're not where you need to be and why you're where you feel like you should be is because you haven't put in the work to do what you need to do. You need to maybe re strategize, reprioritize, reorganize, declutter, remove a lot of things, and really also see God for what you need to do to be able to achieve all the things that you know He has gifted you with. God has, and I'm gonna use myself as an example so that way no one feels all attacked. God has gifted me with so many things, so many business ideas and books and just so many things, right? And I remember releasing my YouTube series and I stopped for a while because I was just really burnt out and tired. And I used the excuse of I'm a single mom who's also in a master's program, working full time, not having a lot of help and resources out here. And so I could have gave into those excuses, but some of us really just need to stop making excuses, stop procrastinating, stop being lazy, really, because the reality was I did not utilize the resources that he has already given me. So in my master's program, it's for management and leadership, and we had to do an assessment called the Clifton Strengths Assessment. And my top result as a leader is being strategic, and I have not been strategic with my life for quite some time now. I've been kind of going into the I'm gonna let the day come, like see whatever comes today, and then I may like kind of strategize and organize some things, plan out some things, but it's not really as productive as it should be. There are too many distractions that get in the way because I allowed them. Sometimes I brought them in. I said, I feel like binge watching this show. And I'm like, oh, I've watched this show before. It's fine. Like, I'll still be able to multitask. And the thing is, I've been studying on how our brains, we're not supposed to be multitasking, like how we're trying to do. But that's a video for another day. But anyways, so God has been dealing with me on the distractions that I create or give into. He's been dealing with me on really just being lazy and not being strategic enough to even have a routine. So even when it comes to being a mom and just actually looking at suggested routines from other moms based on the age of my son. And so I was like, you know what, God, you right. Like when I tell y'all he dealt with me, he dealt with me. Okay. So I literally, this is a 3 day weekend, and I could have said, you know what, I'm going to work today for overtime. No. God give you this time. It's PTO. You got this paid day off. Like use it wisely. And so what God has given me the ability to do is to really see myself where I am, where I've been, but then also where I'm going. So it's I know what I've gifted you with. I know the greater things that I have in store for you, but you need to do some things now within you to be able to be successful in those things because you don't want to end up like Popeyes. We all remember when Popeyes released that chicken sandwich and they did not realize the magnitude of popularity that they were going to have for this chicken sandwich to the point where they did not even have enough of it to give out to people, that led to now people hurting each other, and that was a lot of craziness. But the point is that they had the ability to have prosperity in that particular item that they didn't even realize what God could do with it. And that's the same thing for us, that God has some things in store for us. He has placed some things in us, but we are not doing what we need to do to be able to allow that thing to be fruitful. Or if it was fruitful, it's not going to produce the right fruit. And so because God can know, hey, I want you to be able to have this in store for your future. I may hold up these things because you are not where you need to be yet, and I'm gonna keep doing things for you. Now I'm a gentleman. He says he's a gentleman. He's not gonna force himself on us, but when we come to him, he will be honest with us. He will tell us what we're asking. So as I'm coming to God and I'm saying I'm tired, and maybe that's where you are. I'm tired. I am tired of living an average life. I'm tired of being less than who I know you have created me to be. That and so now my phone wants to die, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. But that God says, I know what I have in store for you. And so when I look at Jeremiah 29:11, I can always go back to that because God has so much in place for you, no matter what has taken place in life. God can turn everything around for our good and his glory. that God is going to give us a hope and a bright future. He is going to create a life that will prosper us. But the key is to seek Him for all things in all things. Don't lean on our own others' understandings. In all our ways, acknowledge Him, acknowledge God, and He will direct our path. And it can seem so simple. That can seem like such a simple scripture. But when you really live it out, it's not always that easy. And so now I'm trying to live it out. So what did I have to do? I had to actually write out a schedule, put it up on the calendar and wall for all of us to see in the house, and write it up there. So that way now, even every day is not going to be perfect, but we can still keep trying. And that's what we're aiming for. Setting alarms in my phone so that way he can go to sleep early. And then now I actually know I'm not going into a day saying, I wonder when I'm going to be able to do homework. I wonder when I'm going to get a chance to vlog. Like, no. When you can strategize the day, organize the day, you can now tell your time. Okay, the same thing with a budget. You're not wondering where your money went, you're telling it where to go. It's the same thing with a schedule and a routine. It's instead of wondering where the time went, oh, time escaped me today. It's no, I'm telling time like what's going to be done within that time. Like, yes, be prepared for pivots. Pivots are going to come. Unexpected pivots are going to come. But we can still plan and prioritize things. So what does that look like today? I spent the last 2 days getting rid of things, organizing things, moving, hanging things up, so that way I can be intentional about where I'm working, where I'm doing homework and vlogging, instead of trying to figure out where am I going to do it today. Then also, so that way now that I have this schedule going on, I know when I can do certain things. If he's going for a nap around this time frame, this is a time frame where I can do XYZ. If he's going to be sleep around this time, oh, that gives me this amount of time to work on this and then to do this and then still have enough time to get to sleep early enough to get rest, to get up earlier, to still start the day with God, spend that time with God before everyone is up and moving around and doing things. I can still give him that time, spend time with him, seek him for the day to see, what do you have in store for me? I know I'm always trying to plan out things and tell you what I want for the day and what I want to look like, but what do you have in store for me? Where do you want me to go? Maybe I've been doing a Bible study on this, but maybe you want me to go somewhere else today. Can you show me where you want me to go? What do I need to learn from this? How do you want to open this up to me, to grow me? And so that way I can continue to transform into who you've created me to be. And so that I can live authentically, not based on the opinions and thoughts of others, but truly on the identity of who my creator created me to be. You've gifted me with a purpose. You created me on purpose, with purpose, for purpose that's greater than me. And so the key with being able to fulfill that is to get out of me, to seek you, to fulfill everything that you have in store for me. Because what you've gifted me with, since it is greater than me, I cannot do it on my own. And if I rely on my own strength, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to make the excuses of, okay, you know what? I can't record today because I'm tired. I can't record today because maybe I don't have my hair done. Because that's been some days for me where I ain't looking like a person. And so I don't want to record today. But it's like, no, when you're strategic, when you prioritize your time, you will have the time to, quote unquote, look like a person, vlog, record, do whatever it is that you got to do. I didn't say that what I gifted you with is going to be easy. That's what God said to me. I didn't say it was going to be easy. So I don't know why you feel like you were supposed to have this like luxurious lifestyle that's just going to come to you in an easy way. Like, yeah, I want greater things for you. But it's going to take some work. It's going to take some sacrifice. Because see, anything that's just like given to you easily, we usually don't appreciate it as much. But when you work for it, when you sacrifice for it, you're typically not willing to just let any and everything come against it and to destroy it. And so that's what God wants for you right now. He wants you to work for it. He wants you to re-strategize, reprioritize your time better. I hope that helps somebody. Peace and purpose.